I knew today might be a little light because there's been a big push by My Daily Choice to introduce a new company to My Daily Choice today, and it's actually the presentation is going on as we speak. But because it probably doesn't affect the African market, at least to begin with, I always have my meeting at this time. Now, it will change. I should point out that it will change going starting next week, because in the United States we have a time change. Our back to our standard time happens next Sunday, which will not affect my African friends at all. All it means is my U.S. people that come on this call will be coming on at 2 p.m. rather than 1 p.m. starting next Monday. And we do that so it doesn't affect the African market. We just have it affect us in the U.S. So everything's going to stay the same for the American for the African market. And what it means for us is that basically now there's one less hour time difference between us. So starting next week. So let's get started. Hi, anybody who's here that doesn't know me, my name is Dale Franklin, and this is a call that we do every single Monday called Mondays with Dale. It's a name that one of my affiliates gave to it over 2.5 years ago, and it just kind of stuck. What this is a call. We want you to have a place where you can feel comfortable coming and have support, okay? And by coming to this meeting and inviting your new affiliates, your newly enrolled affiliates to this call, we show them at the beginning a little bit of information on how to kind of join us in many ways, as far as support, as far as training, as far as everything they might need to succeed. So that's what we do to begin with. Today, I'm going to be a little brief on that because I have a video that I want you to watch by Robert Hollis. And it's going to talk about how to achieve multiple ranks in your first 30 days. Okay, so that's what we'll be talking about soon. But at any rate, the main reason for this is obviously kind of this meeting is, first part is for orientation of new people. And, and then we always want to make sure everybody's following the same simple procedure. Okay. So start out with we have 3 major calls you want to be aware of. And they're all now all set to this address. We have a call on Thursdays, which is an opportunity presentation talking about our Fuel Factor X, talking about what the product is, how well it works, and we talk about the business opportunity. We play a few testimonials of people that in Africa that have already used the product and seen how well it works. So that's what we do on Thursdays. Then, once you have people that have watched that and want to become affiliates, then you want to make sure you get them to watch Josh Swagel, our founders, onboarding video. Okay, it's about 32 minutes long. Make sure people watch that, and then bring them to this call on Mondays, and we give them a little bit of orientation. We give them a little bit of training. We give them some updates on things that are going on. And so again, we're trying to have a community that always knows what's happening and how they can benefit. Okay, so that's why we do this. Now, normally I go through quite a lot of different things here, but I really want to get to this to the videos. So first of all, I'm just going to share, for those that are new here, just going to share my screen. And let's see here. Let's bring this up to, let's bring this down, bring this up. Bear with me. Anybody that knows me knows that I screw up more times than not when I'm doing this type of stuff. Here we go. So I want you to just bring this up first. Get it up there. Come on. Here we go. There we go. I just want everybody to be aware of this. If you're new or you have people that are new, make sure they're aware of this dalefranklin.net. Okay, it's dalefranklin.net. It's a website that's created by me for my teams and and I use this as a recruiting tool too. So if you haven't enrolled somebody, don't bring them here. You come yourself and copy and paste anything you want to use. Okay. If they are already enrolled, then you can invite them to this call or to this website. The thing I want to point out, usually I go through this whole thing. I talk about how you can go here with products and click on Fuel Factor X, and all the information is there you need to answer any questions people might have. I take you to connections and I show you everything that's there. But today I'm just going to show you, because I want to really get into the rest of it. I'm just going to show you the step-by-step guide. Okay, if it comes on, there we go. Okay, when you click on that step-by-step guide, everything you guys need as new affiliates is right here. Now it's set up for a laptop version, but so it may differ a little bit on your phone device or mobile device, but it's all here, and everything you need to build. So I'm just going to go through this very, very quickly. I talked about the onboarding video that you should show people after they enroll as an affiliate. It's right here. Okay, so all you have to do is come into dalefranklin.net, click on step-by-step guide, come here, and everything that the new people need, they can take from here. You can copy and paste this address from up here and send it to them. You can save it to your phone, save it to your laptop, whatever you want to do. But you have the onboarding and back office training, okay? And then you talk to them about their personal website, and they always should, when they're dealing with prospects and customers, they should always use their own website, not the corporate website, because the corporate website will not give you credit for what you do. You have to use yours. So when anybody joins, they're going to have their own website, www.mydailychoice.com/ and whatever you choose for a username. Okay. So, and I put it here in bold letters, important. If you use the corporate website without your username, you will not get credit for the sale or the new affiliate enrollment. So make sure you do that. Then I want you, at this point in time, I'm not going to go over everything, but I want you to scroll down through, and everything you need to get started is right here. Places for you to set up for getting paid, places for you to set up for, placing your people so that on your team, so that you optimize your income. Everything is right here. Just you or the person that you just enrolled, just go through this, walk them down through it, show them everything. You get down to the profile card, they can set up their own little bio if they want to. They can set up YouTube videos. They can connect through Facebook with their addresses and all that. You can put all this in here. Make sure you put in your shipping address. Make sure it's correct. Make sure it's complete. We have many people who don't put in everything that they need to put in, and then complain because they don't get their product on time. It's because if they send it to a certain place and they can't find you, they send it back to the warehouse. So make sure you have everything you need there. Then more stuff, like I said, enrollment settings and how to set people when you enroll people for your team, where to put them so you can optimize your income. Then we have a legacy contact, which I think is fantastic. You can put somebody in here, so if something forbid happened to you, your company would go to your spouse, your parents, your children, whoever you want them to go to. You can put right in there, so it'd be a smooth transition. Then you can again set up your social media. You can, here we get into the part where we're talking about you building your team. You can send this video. Okay, you can copy and paste this video and send it to anybody you want to, so they can watch it on their phone, on Telegram, any of the different vehicles we have. You can email it to them. You can send it through WhatsApp, whatever way you want to. You send people this and ask them to watch it, and then you follow up with them. Or you can, as I said before, you can come to our live presentation that we do every Thursday. Okay, so that shows here. There's a special note here about when you come. Make sure you're present when you invite them to the call, so they'll see you, so they feel comfortable. Okay, you just don't send them to a call and leave them. You got to be there so that you're basically hosting them. Okay. Then here is, once they want to join, here is a complete directions on enrollment. And it tells you the fact that, okay, when you send this out, don't just copy and paste this. First of all, come in here and change the mydailychoice.com to your username so that they will be joining under your website. Okay. But everything is here. Everything's explained. Just read down through and it explains everything. Then we have a place for people to join for different groups that may help them, like Dale's information funnel on WhatsApp, or MDC Uganda, MDC Tanzania, MDC Africa 2.0. There's also groups for Telegram. There's also groups for Facebook. These groups include corporate groups, so you can stay in touch with what's going on at the corporate level. They have, these are meetings that we have on a regular basis. Here is the Monday with Dale, like where we are right now. Shows everything, shows the link, shows the password, shows you everything you need to get started. Okay, and oh, this needs to be changed. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Yes, this needs to be upgraded here to have the address, my address, the same as what we have for today. This is what's going. My regular address is going to be what's on here going forward. So I've got to get that upgraded here. It may be that I just got to go back through and redo this stuff. But at any rate, when you get to the end, it just gives you once again kind of a synopsis of what we're talking about. Invite multiple guests to each week of our FFX opportunity presentation presented by Chris Bailey and myself. Number 2, follow up with every prospect and enroll them as an affiliate or a customer. Or if not interested, ask them for a referral for somebody who might be. Number 3, show them the onboarding video. Number 4, introduce them to all the affiliates on my Monday with Dale call. And then number 5, just duplicate 1 through 4. This is all you have to do to become incredibly successful in this business. Now I'm going to go from here. I'm going to get out of this and go to here. Oops, no, I'm going to go to here. Here is about 35 minutes worth of video that I'm going to expand to large. And this is Robert Hollis. Robert Hollis is one of our most successful affiliates in our company. And he is going to, and he's world renowned. He's been in many network marketing companies in his life. He joined this one to as a kind of after he'd retired, because his wife wanted to do something with network marketing, and so he agreed to come on and help her. And so he does a lot of training. He has made, I believe, 64 or 65 millionaires from his teams over the years. He has been super successful helping thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people make money and change their lives. And he's a fun guy to be around. You're going to love his laugh. So without further ado, let's listen to what he has to say.
So today is how to get to 1K and how to get to 5K. Now, I want to do a really quick disclaimer for all of you, and I think that you guys will find this pretty funny. But the disclaimer I want to share with each and every one of you is that if you're doing something right now that you've learned from other people and you're getting amazing results, keep doing that. Because I, in life, have had a tendency when I learn from other people that do things slightly different or in a different certain way, you look at the results and you know, you follow the results. And sometimes what people do is they don't figure out that, you know, each and every one of you are a winner. You know, you were created with a specific DNA that nobody else has, and you're a gift. And so I always love saying to people, listen, that you're not only a gift, but what you give back to the world is your gift back. And so each and every one of you are going to design your way of doing this business. And I'm just going to share stuff with you that I did to hit the ranks of not only 1 and 5 and 25K and all the way up to super affiliate. And I'm very simple. I'm very, very, very simple. For those of you that don't know this, I had a learning disability and I also grew up in foster homes. I was dyslexic. And back in the 70s and 60s, they didn't know how to diagnose that. And so all they knew was I couldn't enunciate or pronounce certain words. You see, I'm getting better. So I just couldn't, the letters scramble when it's over 5 letters for me. So they would show me a word, like thumb, and I would say tum. I couldn't see the H, or it would be scrambled up. And so they knew right away that I was special, so I got to go to special class. I got to go to special things. And I knew I was special. So I didn't need the school to tell me that I was a special person. I already knew that. And unfortunately, because of parents and, my parents making decisions, I was taken away from my family, my mom and dad and my little brothers, and just went from foster home to foster home. And so, I could go on for hours talking about how awful my childhood was. But I say this, and, it's a statement from Oprah Winfrey that I just think is so powerful. When you can actually look at who you are, and the whole art of forgiveness is really, really not for the person that hurt you or betrayed you or did anything to you. It's for you. It's for you to let go. I seen a post yesterday that was really incredible. When you look at nature, we should just do what nature does. And when you look at water consistently just flows. It just consistently flows. It doesn't go backwards. Another thing it doesn't do is stay where it is. And if there's a rock or whatever, a tree or whatever that's trying to block it, it just goes around it. It just goes around it. It doesn't stay in front of it and go, this has got to move, da, 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 da. So I'm going to share with you really quickly how to not only get to 1K, 5K, but duplicate that process to go all the way to super and eventually master affiliate. And if you keep things simple, if there's one key thing that I have that's my superpower is actually being simple. Any person can complicate a process. It's the people that do something very simple because you don't want to do things that work. Uh-oh, did you hear that? You don't want to do things that work for you. You want to only do things that will duplicate for others. And so the key thought that you got to have in your head, from inviting to connecting to getting people enrolled, every step, you got to get a person to say, oh my God, this is simple. It works. I can do it. You got to get people to say, wow, this is simple. Is this all you do? And this is when you really got magic happening in your group, because people will say, wait a minute, is that really all you do? And you go, yeah, and I'm here to help you. All right. So we're going to cover 2 parts of this very, very quickly. The first part is how you can get to 1K, 5K and up. If you've hit those positions and you didn't maintain those positions, then guess what? All you got to do, just like everything in life, is just change a little bit of your thinking, change your philosophy, and then change what you do. I always tell people all the time, if you're playing darts and you're throwing darts at a dartboard, and every time you threw the dart, it went into the wall. It didn't even hit the dartboard. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And here's the other thing a lot of people don't know is, darn it, this thing needs to be fun. You got to be having fun. The number one thing that I was taught, Robert, you got to get excited. I don't know how to get excited. I'm not a people person. I'm introverted. I'm an auto mechanic. I got 3 friends. They're all auto mechanics, and I don't read. I don't spell. How can I do this? And it's like, listen, all you got to learn is just do the simple things and become a master of the mundane. Here's something that people just do not want to do. They do not want to master a simple skill that gives them results all the time. See, they get bored, you know, and it sort of reminds me like an assembly line, maybe, where your job is you're the person that puts the right front lug nuts on every car that goes by, you know, so you put the tire on. Next car goes by, you put the front tire on. But in this industry, if you get really good, above average, and even gooder and gooder, Kaizen. Kaizen means the never-ending improvement. And believe it or not, it's what Edward Deming, an economist that was hired by the US government to help China, and I mean help Japan, you know, to come back and bring their economy back. And what he basically said is Kaizen, if we consistently make the cars better and better and better and better, then we can go after their number one industry, which is the automotive industry. And if you would have told me years ago that some of the cars that are competing in the NASCAR and IndyCar and Formula Car would be Toyotas, you see what I'm saying? I would go, you're out of your mind. That's never going to happen. And guess what? It has happened. You know what I mean? So one of the things I'm going to share with you first is what you need to do to hit the next level. Now, the first phrase I'm going to share with you is the thing called momentum. You know what I mean? If you looked at anything in life, let's say you did want to get better at throwing darts, or you wanted to get better at singing, you wanted to get better at acting, you want to get better at this business. There's no way that you cannot practice. And people don't want to practice. They don't want to get gooder and gooder. They don't want to increase themselves 1% every day for the next 365 days. So they don't make the mental decision that every day I'm going to work on this and I'm going to spend time on this to get better and better and better and better and better. Now, what is that thing? That thing is connecting with people that you don't know. That is the thing. So people would rather do anything. I'd like to learn more. I like to get another book. I'd like to hire another coach. I'd like to do this method, whatever method. We want to constantly learn instead of apply the things that we know. So knowledge isn't power. It's the execution of that knowledge that's power. You got to learn something and you got to apply that and get great at it. In my life, I learned from some incredible mentors. And one of the things that I've seen them all do is the normal things that people do, like maybe bowling or playing pool or playing darts. They always had that what they would go out and practice. One of my dear friends, he would learn just the chorus to the Stairway to Heaven on guitar. And he had this guitar in his house. And, you know, people would walk in and go, you play guitar? And he would grab the guitar and he'd go, dum 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 dum, and then he would set it down. I found out later that's the only part that he knew. He didn't know any other song. The person immediately just went, oh my God. Did you know that, you know, Tony Kupas, he plays guitar, he plays piano, he sings, he does all these things. No, he just learned to do something better than everyone else. He just learned to do things better than above average. And I always learned this because every one of you guys can do this. Have you ever been to a restaurant and it's from another country, like Italian? And I mean, I'm talking about being in the United States. I know we got people all over the world here. And it's like, there's nothing cooler than sitting at an Italian restaurant and then the waiter comes up and one of the people that you're eating with starts talking in Italian. And the other person answers back. And you're like, oh my God, that's impressive. What do they normally say? Like 2 or 3 words. You know, so they're looking at the waiter and saying, you know, I hope you're doing great today. That's all they said, but they did it in a different language. And then the other person says, da da da, da 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 da. You're like, oh my God, I'm so impressed with this person. So again, in this industry, you got to learn to connect. And my mentor said this, Robert, listen, you can, if your goal, and this is the goal that he gave me, He said, Robert, let's say that you introduced and got 70 people. 70 people. He said, that's what I did. 70 people watched the presentation, an effective presentation. And so a lot of people go, well, what is an effective presentation? Well, if you put a lot of people in front of the presentation and people get enrolled and they buy things, that's an effective presentation. If you're doing the presentation or you're using some other video and you make sure that you get it in front of a lot of people and they don't enroll and they don't buy product, that's probably a non-effective presentation. I'm just going to say, right? But my mentor never told me how many people I needed to contact. He said, Robert, you need to go up to strangers. You need to connect. We'll talk about that quickly. And then after you connect, then you need to invite them to watch the presentation. And I was like, what else do I need to do? That's it. And he said, so I put 70 people in front of an effective presentation in my first 30 days. Let's say that you're half of me. And I had a chip on my shoulder, and 27-year-old auto mechanic, cast on my leg, on workman's comp, having my electricity shut off, making $900 a month, having the repo man follow me around because I was 3 payments behind on my car to the pawn shop. It wasn't a new car. It was like my life was not good. It couldn't have been in a worse, darker place. And so I came into this business through desperation, not inspiration. I wasn't inspired by anybody. I was desperate to do something to not lose my apartment. I had one of those quit or pay notices on my door. So I was serious. And I only wanted to know what I needed to do to get people in front of that presentation. So he said, Robert, you got to connect with people. And so I said, listen, if you did it, I can do it. And he goes, okay, I believe you. So step one, you got to talk to everyone you know. Now, here's the problem that I have with people. If you got to work on your mindset and your heart space. I don't care if you've been in 20 different companies. All you need to do is show the universe and show whoever you believe in that you're very serious about changing your life in this business. Now, a lot of you might do this to supplement your income or maybe just make enough money to cover your auto ship. So I want you to know that this message is going to people that want to double their income if they have a job, or make enough income where they can walk away from their job or get their spouse or their significant other out of that job. I'm talking about big dreams. I'm talking about making 6 figures a year. And see, NVC and its products, its comp plan, its marketing system, its training is not on trial. It's not on trial. People have already done everything that I just said. I think we easily have, over 15 people that have gotten the 7-figure award. You know what I mean? And we have a number of people that got the mega million. So the process works. The products work. The comp plan works. Everything works. What we got to do now is get you to believe in the possibilities so you can go ahead. So one of the things that he said to me, Robert, you got to get excited. And I go, I don't know how to get excited. And he just started doing dream things with me. He said, Robert, if you made like $1,000 or $2,000, what would you do with that money? And I said, I would pay bills. And he goes, that doesn't sound very exciting. And I said, well, that's what I'm supposed to do. And he goes, so what would it feel like? Listen closely, the words feel. What would it feel like to pay your top credit card off, your number 1 loan? What would it feel like to chisel that down and pay it off? I go, man, that would feel awesome. And he said, the money that you used on that card, you now could go to your other loans and your other cards, and then you could pay those off. He goes, do you remember how excited you were when you first got a credit card? It's like almost free money. Let's go on a vacation. And I said, yeah. He said, well, when you start paying your credit cards down, you're going to get a notice from the credit card company saying that they increased your credit. Isn't it funny? They won't increase your credit now, but when you start paying it down, they'll start increasing your credit because they want you to use the card. So what would it feel like to get a letter like that? What would it feel like to do that? I go, man, that would feel awesome. That would feel so awesome. And he goes, what would it feel like to actually make more money and actually be able to put money in savings? So you could save this money and maybe go on a vacation or maybe, you know, buy your significant other a new car that they've always liked. What would it be like? And what he did is, you guys, is he got me dreaming. He really got me dreaming. And then he says, I've helped other people make over $10,000 a month. And he showed me pictures of those people, you know, and I went, wow. So if people in this company are making, if they're 100K and they're doing 100K every single month in volume, they're making around that $100,000, $120,000 a year. You know, I think it's pretty cool. And again, for all of you that are watching this, if there's any new people on here, I have to say this, you know, is that, you know, I'm not making income claims. I'm not saying that you can do this. All I'm saying is that if you did what I did every day, you would have better results than you have right now. So you got to get excited. My mentor would even say to me, Robert, if you're not excited, run around your house a couple of times before you start sharing it with people. Run around the house a couple of times. Get excited. So you're like you're excited, because enthusiasm and thesos means God within. You know what I mean? We'll follow people. People will come to you. You hear about this thing called law of attraction. If you know, the old phrase is, you know, if you lit yourself on fire, you know, people will come from all over to watch you burn. And I know that sounds awful, but it's true. It's 100% true. So before you start connecting with people, you got to take the time to write down your goals. You got to take your time to really put your thoughts and put your visualization and your imagination into what you're going to do and how you're going to feel and the experiences that you're going to experience, you know, moving forward with those that you love. And there's two groups of people on here. One group of people that want a lot of things for them, including freedom. You know, when people ask me all the time, Robert, you're always talking about money. And I really, honestly, I'm talking about freedom. Money only gives you choices. You know, so when you're making abundant money, you can choose to either valet your car or not valet car. When you fly, you get to go first class versus cattle class. You know, all it does is give you more choices. You know what I mean? The other thing that it does is allow you to give to those in need. So a lot of us are seeing crazy stuff happening all over the world, and you might not be in the financial position where you can help people. You know, why not have an abundance of money where you can help the people you love? So that's one group. And the other group are people that do everything. They do everything for other people. So everyone always says money doesn't buy happiness, but guess what? Neither does poverty. Neither does poverty. So I suggest picking becoming wealthy and rich, right? So now going back, once you get excited, don't worry about the numbers. Everyone's always thinking, you know, what do I say to this person? What do I say to this person? What do I say to this person? I say the same thing to everyone. Did you hear me? I say the same thing to everyone. And that very simply is I'll reach out and first connect. And so I see some people on here. I see Aaron Parker, you know, one of our 7-figure people. Thank you so much, Aaron, for your and Kathy and, you know, the Power Team's effort. We wouldn't be here without you. And I know Candace is, you know, the same thing with her team. And also Tomas, we have some incredible people that have helped us reach this. You can't get there alone. And so the very first thing that you got to do is you got to get your dreams, you got to get excited, and then let's create momentum. And so what I did is I very simply, is the first thing is say hi. So imagine this, I'm going to sound like a lot of your parents. I just turned 60. And, so we didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. So I had to go out and find people face to face. Can you believe that? I would get up every morning and I would say to myself, if I could put this many hours in for somebody else that didn't pay me a lot of money, then I can do this for me. I can do this for my wife, my sons, my family. So what I would do is I would get up in the morning, shower, just like I was going to work. And then I would go out and start connecting with people. And I'd walk up to them and say, hi. And they'd look at me and go, hi. And I'd say, hi, my name is Robert Hollis. And I was wondering if you could do me a huge personal favor. And they would pause. And it's like, well, like, what is it? And I say, listen, I'm helping I'm helping a company expand, and I'm looking for people that would like to supplement or replace their income. We're running advertisements everywhere, and we can't find the quality people that we need. Do you know of anyone that may be interested in learning how to do this business and actually supplement, if not replace, their income? And every one of them would go, well, what is this? And I'd go, why are you interested? And they go, I don't even know what it is. And I would say, listen, I pull out my little spiral notebook and I'd write, I tell them to write their phone number and their name. And I said, I'll give you a call when you get off work. When is that? I get home about 6:37. And I said, I'll call you. And I set up a time, when we're both can focus and I can share with you exactly what we do and how we do it. And I know for a fact, you're going to know some people that are going to be interested in this. And it's so funny because, I've been doing since the beginning of this year, I've been doing a video a day. And, sometimes I wasn't feeling good, but I've been doing a video a day. And for those of you that want to see some of this information that I've been doing, you just have to go to, youtube.com/Robert Hollis. And, I'm the kind of guy that wants to help everyone. I don't care what team you're on. I don't care what company you're in. We're living in times where my legacy is very, very simple. And Jim Rohn said this to me, is you die twice in your life. Once when you take your last breath here on planet, and the second time is when no one no longer says your name. And so, out of the 65 people I've helped make over $1 million in commissions, 9 of them own their own network marketing company now that do $700-800 million a year, been in business for, almost 30 years. So, this information works. It works. So again, get your mindset, your visualization, your imagination. I want you to emotionally experience these things that you're going to help people get, right? Then the next thing is go out and connect with that enthusiasm and that passion. And people all the time say, on my YouTube channel, the reason I thought of that was not to promote it. It was that there's an interview on there with me and Ray Higdon. And Ray Higdon says, Robert, you know what? He said, you know what? I actually teach people not to do this. And I was like, really? Why? And he goes, well, I've never heard it brought your way. He said, you're looking at other people as basically a doorway to somebody that is interested. And I went, of course. And he says, so you don't care when you connect with people, whether or not they get in? I go, no, because I'm looking for people like Candace Bird-Davis. And he goes, really? What, I don't understand. Well, I asked a person in another company to do me a huge favor and to put a few people that she knew was like incredibly awesome leaders. And one of those women was Candace. That's how I met Candace. Listen closely, everyone. The person that introduced me to Candace did not get in this business. And I just think that people still to this day, when you hear of Shandor, Dobley, or you hear of Laszlo, Kuhn, 250 Ks, and Hungary, they were introduced to me by Tomas and their father, Esteban. It's like, I want to find the people that are at the right place at the right time in their life and that they're interested. I don't care how many people I need to talk to ask them to help me find the right people. And so I'm always looking for interested people. I'm not trying to convince people against their will, because if you do, they're always at the same mindset still. So do you guys know of anybody that got involved in MDC? They also maybe came in as an executive or higher, and then they didn't do anything, including buy product next month? I don't mind the bonus. I don't mind the jump start, but I'd rather them get involved in this business and learn it. So you got to be very, very focused on finding the interested people that will follow the steps, instead of trying to motivate people that won't participate in their own rescue. I'll say that again. You do not need to spend any time with people that won't participate in their own rescue. You need to find people like a Tina Smith. You need to find people like an Ed Meyer. You got to find people that are willing to go out and learn to do the person they need to do. They will do that. So that was what I used on everybody. Now, when I moved into another phase of my career, which the company I was working for went out of business, that will force you to go out and find a new company. I already had been in 2 companies, and this would be back, I don't know, this would probably be back like in 1995. So I had a good run. How did I respond to everyone when I got involved in the new company? The same way. Exactly the same way. So I'd reach out to Lynn or Kai and I'd say, hey, Kai, this is Robert Hollis. Hope everything's going great in this new year. I pray you guys are safe and blessed. And come back, how's your family? Everything. And I'd say, hey, listen, Kai, I was wondering if you could do me a huge personal favor. Do you know that every one of the people that have been in my organization in the past or been in a company that was never a part of me, they all giggle. They all giggle and they sort of laugh. And I go, wow, what's the laugh about? And they're going, wow, you just mastered something that works every single frickin' time. And I go, why would I change it if it doesn't work? And there's crazy, you know, when I did that interview with Ray Higdon, when he said, wow, I've never heard it the way that you do it. You're always looking at everybody. That's why I'll contact anybody, because I'm looking at them to genuinely help me find the right person at the right time. Someone that's interested, that is basically throwing their hands up and said, enough's enough. There's got to be a better way. I got to find a way. And when you talk to an open-minded person, this business is fun. It's easy. You find people that are coachable. You find people that are willing to follow a proven system that's already made, you know, millions and millions of people millionaires. I'm just not talking about NBC. I'm talking about this industry in general, you know, being a home-based business person. So again, my mentor said to me, Robert, listen, success loves speed. You got to create momentum. And he goes, here's an analogy. Let's say that your car broke down. You don't know if it ran out of gas or whatever, but it broke down and it's sitting in the street at an intersection. What happens is you sit there and you bang on the steering wheel and you complain and you're a victim and, oh, woe is me. I can't believe this happened to me. Whine, 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 cry, cry, cry. And the reactions that you get from other people, the people that are standing on the streets are laughing at you. They're laughing at you. Look at this person. They're losing their flipping mind. And then people that are driving by are honking their horn at you and they're telling you you're number one. And you hear all these people just yell these stupid things at you. Why? Because you're staying in one place and you're complaining about something and you're not doing anything to change it. Some of you are going to attract some of the best people you've ever thought of. People like me, my wife, people like, you know, oh my God, like Judy Stallings or Chris Robinson. Can you imagine any of these people in your group? Barb Miller, she gets to speak next week. You would attract leaders like this. And you know what we all have in common? We all have a sponsor. Every one of us has a sponsor, including Jenna. Wow. So get this. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but Jenna wasn't personally sponsored by Josh and the company. She had people between her and Josh. You know, had difficulties with them. Stopped listening to them because she wasn't getting results. Started listening to Josh. Magic happened. So once you're in that stalled out vehicle, a vehicle could be a company, a vehicle could be the way that you're currently doing this business. You got to get out. And when you get out of the car, you know, you put your hands again, you know, put it in neutral. You put your hand against the door and you put it against the steering wheel and you put your back into it. I mean, you really, really stay focused. not distracted, do the simple things and start pushing. And if you just keep pushing, sooner or later, this always happens, and you guys have seen it. You've seen it. Is all of a sudden, car pulls up behind it, turns on their flashers, puts the car in park, jumps out, and starts helping the person. Now the people that were laughing, that were standing on the side of the streets go, oh my God. Now I look pathetic because this person's helping them. And then they start running out to push. And then another car stops, and now everyone's pushing. And all of a sudden, the momentum of your vehicle, because you're focused, you're creating it, you're doing it as quick as you can, everyone yells, get in, just jump in and steer, because it's sort of dangerous as a car picks up speed while you're standing in a doorway trying to steer. You jump in, and then everyone's pushing, and the car just consistently picks up speed. So it's this momentum that is just so important. And so my mentor said to me, Robert, listen, you want to talk to as many people as you can, as quick as you can, because the people that are interested will get involved. And he never gave me a number, except you need to make sure that 70 people watch that presentation all the way through. So that's what my goal was. And so I still to this day don't remember, but do you guys realize, I don't know if you've seen my post on my Facebook, that's where I'm putting a video a day and then I put them on YouTube. But 2 days ago was Terry and I's 4th anniversary, our 4-year anniversary with MDC. And I seen income disclosure already go by, but that this plaque now can be 3.5 times. That's all I'll say. And I'm not a mega person. There's people that are already gotten a mega award. So each and every one of you, people are already doing, you just got to follow the people that have already done it. Right? And so when Terry and I got in here, they had the pre-enroll thing, and they still do. Of course, Web 2.0 is going to be a new monster, and I can't wait. I'm super excited. But I don't know how many people Terry and I reached out to. We got 312 people in our first 2 weeks. 312 people to pre-enroll. Does that mean that 312 people bought product? No, only 81 did. Only 81 of them did. And we ended up doing 27,000 in volume in our first 2 weeks in the company. One of the people, Melody Ryba, we took her from 0 to over 25K. Next month, Aaron Parker, him and Kathy and their team went from 0 to 50K in their first 30 days. It'd be neat to know what Aaron's numbers are, but I know how many people we put in at the beginning. We created momentum. We created success stories within our team. And that's when you're posting on your Facebook wall and all over social media that there's another person in your group that hit 1K, there's another person in your group that hit 5, 10, 25. Now you created momentum. So you got to stop thinking, what if people say something different? What if someone gives me a wedding proposal? What if someone sends me something inappropriate? What if someone cross pitches me on their business? So what? So what? Delete, block, delete, block. You just keep piquing interest. So today, I just really simply reach out to people. I connect with them, usually in a group or on a Facebook wall, a page of somebody that I'm following. I ask them permission to send them a private message. And then I connect in there saying the same thing, and then asking them if they'll do me a huge personal favor and check the system out. That's what I do. Still to this day, I now just don't have to drive to their house, set an appointment to show them a VHS tape. So once you hit a position and just go all out, go all in, just take and I know some of you, you're going to say that you don't have enough time. And here's my thing. If I knew if I knew that I knew that I knew that I could replace my income in 30 days, 60 days, if I know that others did it, I can do it. It would take every minute that I have. I'd have a discussion with my spouse. I would have a discussion with my children. And I would say, listen, I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to prove that this works. If it worked for other people, it's going to work for me. And maybe you don't need to make $1 million a year. Maybe you don't need to make $100,000 a month. Maybe you don't need to make $100,000 a year. But I thought of this when I seen my mentor. If I mess this up by 95%, then I'm going to make more than I did as an auto mechanic. Do you guys get that? And so that's what I did. I knew that when you find interested people, and now I'm going to shift gears. I want everyone to make a post underneath here when I say this. How many of you, fire, right? How many of you, listen.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Stop the share. All right. He goes on for another 20 minutes and we don't have the time for all of it today. Maybe we'll do the rest of it another day. But wasn't that fantastic? You have a man who has a learning disability and was told that he was told by his teachers he would never amount to anything. And he has been, he's made millions and millions and millions of dollars. You can see he's just an everyday type of guy. He's helped 65 different people on his teams over the years become millionaires themselves. I think he said 9 of them went on to start their own network marketing companies. Okay. You are talking about, I realized today we're kind of light as far as people on the call. I wish there was 1,000 people on this call today because they would see what we see. The value of just going ahead and doing this. When he asked people, will you do me a huge personal favor? Most people, 95% of the people in the world will hesitate to begin with, but then when they find out what it's all about, they'll help. They'll help. People enjoy helping other people. People will do you a favor if you ask them. He also said, if I mess up 95% of the time, I will still make more money than I was making as an automotive mechanic. Think of that. Think of that. When I've spoken to, I've been to Africa 11 times. I've spoken to African groups, I don't know how many, countless times. And I said, the greatest thing about this business is I can show you how to become a 25K affiliate in 90 days if you're willing to meet me halfway and work as hard for yourself as I will work for you. At 25K, you're going to be making about $4,000 a month, okay, on average, okay? Some will make more, some will make less, but on average, you'll make about $4,000 a month as a 25K. All depends on how it's structured, how your team goes, all that. If I am wrong, if I get you to, if that's what I'm telling you we can do, if I'm wrong by 75%, and you're only making $1,000 more a month, 90 days from now than what I told you we could do, and you're making $1,000 a month 90 days from now, are you going to be upset with me? Of course not. You're already making, for most of you, that's more money than you're making now. It's money that can change your life. It's money that can change your children's life and your grandchildren's lives. It's money that you can build upon and make a bigger income as much as you want. Okay. You can change other people's lives just like Robert Hollis did. Okay. It is a chance to change your whole community, to change every person you know for the better. Whether it's them joining you or you making enough money so you can help them in a financial way. Len Ledbetter used to say, it's hard to bring a casserole to a wake if you don't have the money to pay for your own family to have a casserole. Okay. So it's an ability to change your community, change lives. And like I said, he said it, he can mess up by 95%. And still, you can be making more money than you're making in your job right now. As I said, my thing, I know anyone here can be a 25K affiliate or more within the next 90 days. Now, We are a team in momentum right now, whether you feel it or not. We are a team of momentum. I'm up here looking down, and I'm seeing what's happening. We have the momentum to continue this and grow this thing over the next few months to be something huge. We are open in Kenya. We are open in Nigeria. We are very close to being fully open in Uganda and Tanzania. We have people building this company and building this business and reaching ranks in countries that aren't even open yet. Dr. Musa from the DRC became a 1K affiliate this last month. First month in the business, 1K affiliate. Probably the way he structured it, he's probably gonna make between $500 and $700 US. His first month in his business. I have met so many people in Africa that make between $300 and $500 US per month. He made that his first month in this business. Okay. So, and this isn't a country where we're not officially even open yet, but we have access to get him products. We got him products, and he's growing his business. This is where we're at right now. The momentum is about to kick into a high gear. And you, as the people that are on this call right now, you have the ability to change the lives of so many people. And I will be proud of you, and I'll be proud of myself for having done this for many years that I have to help as many people as possible throughout the world and seeing it happen in so many places. So again, I want to congratulate Dr. Musa on becoming a 1K affiliate. I want you to all understand. Yes, clap that. That's absolutely right. Wonderful. His first month in the business. We are talking about so much momentum right now that it's just a matter of us taking the next step. You've got to carve out a length of time every single day for this business. You go to your jobs. If you have jobs, you go to your jobs every single day, and they tell you you have to be there a certain amount of hours. All right. It's time for you to tell yourself that you have to do the same thing. What I do every night is I make a list of what I want to do tomorrow, and I make myself a schedule. And then tomorrow, I became the employee of the Dale Franklin from last night. I do what I told myself to do today. So if you can't do something because you no longer have a boss of your own, make yourself your own boss. Make a list of what you're going to tell yourself to do tomorrow. Make it tonight, and tomorrow, listen to what that boss told you to do, what you told yourself to do. Okay? If you have to have that situation to succeed, then do it. But know full well that your future self, 30, 60, or 90 days from now, is going to thank you for the effort you put in, because you're going to change that part of your life. Okay? So thank you for coming on the call today. I hope you enjoyed Robert Hollis. If you want to know, you want to watch more by Robert Hollis, as he said, he has a, you go to youtube.com/Robert Hollis. He has a tremendous amount of videos that can help train you. I like to show them every once in a while, different ones. But the bottom line is, whatever it takes to fire you up, to get you to get organized and get building this business, now is the time. The next 90 days are going to be huge for our company, and they're going to be huge for Africa. And I want every one of you to take advantage of it. So having said all that, thank you so much for coming on. I hope to see you on our Wednesday call, which is more of a question and answer conversation. And then we have our call on Thursday. From now until Thursday, call everybody you know. Call everybody you can think of, and get them, ask them if they'll come on that call, or ask them just like Robert Hollis to say, hi, would you do me a huge personal favor? Who do you know that's looking to have a better life? We're opening a new company in Kenya. We're opening a new company in Uganda, wherever you are from. We're opening a new company, and we're having trouble finding people to help us build it. Who do you know that might be interested in supplementing some of their income or all of their income in the very near future? That's all you have to do. So thanks for listening to me. Have a great week. We'll see you at the top.